read in this week's parsha that if a person consecrates an animal and he slaughters it outside of the Mishkan or outside the Beis Hamikdash, it's considered shchutei chutz, and one is liable for kores. But it's interesting the way the Torah explains why is it so serious when you slaughter the animal outside the Old Moed, outside the Mishkan, outside the Beis Hamikdash. So the Torah says, Al Pescho Moed Le'ivio, Lahakriv Korban Lashem. You do not bring it to the entrance of the communion tent, to bring it as a Korban Lashem, Lefnei Mishkan Hashem. Dom Yichoshiv Rishahu. It's considered as if blood, as he shedded blood. Dom Shofoch, he shed blood, and because he shed blood, Nichras HaNefesh, Yishahu Mikerev Amo. He's cut off, he's excised from his people. So Rashi says, Dom Yichoshev, why does it have such liability? Kishovich Damodom. It's if he committed murder. When you slaughter that animal outside of the Beis Hamikdash, outside the Mishkan, it's the equivalent of taking a human life, Shemischai ben Nafsho. Factually killed an animal. Did not take a human life. A human life, a person has a neshama, tzelem Elokim. It's a whole different dimension of transgression because it was consecrated, therefore it's considered to that equivalent. So maybe you would say, we find that before the Dor HaMabul, before the Great Flood, a person was not permitted to kill an animal. You are not permitted only if you brought it as a korban. You're not permitted to kill an animal. And it says if you kill the animal, it's as if you shed blood. So there we understand, because any negative commandment for a Noahide, the Gemara tells us in Sanhedrin, Misosan, that is a Rosos with Misosan, any area which they're forewarned, if they transgress, they're liable for the death penalty. If a non-Jew steals, he's liable for the death penalty. If a Jew steals, he's not liable for the death penalty, although it's a Torah violation. So because pre-Mabul, pre-Great Flood, you were not permitted to take an animal's life, it's like what? It's violating one of the Noahide laws. But after Sinai, because we consecrated an animal and you don't bring it to the Mishkan, why should it have this liability? Rashi says, Dom Yichoshiv Kushavich Damodom. So I was thinking, the Ramban writes that based on Midas Adin, on the attribute of justice, a person sins, even inadvertently. The only way it could be atoned, he has to be put to death. He has to be put to death. That's how lethal the consequences of sin are. However, this Midas Arachmi, Korban Lashem, Hashem says you take an animal, and if the person has in mind that the animal is in his place, and he does tshuva before he brings the animal, and he has in mind that in truth, if not for God's mercy, I should be slaughtered, my blood should be sprinkled, and I should be burnt. Nothing less than that. It's only due to Rachmi Shemayim, Hashem is willing to take that animal in my stead. So factually, the animal, we're talking about Kodshe Mizbeach. You consecrate something for the Mizbeach, and that's what we're speaking about. You consecrate something like an asset where the transfer is to Hegdish. I'm not speaking about that. You consecrate the animal, Korban Lashem, Kapora. So there's a transfer, there's a connection between the human being and the person himself and the animal. So the animal itself is meant to be the person. That is its value. It's able to reinstate a person where he should be as that Tzelem Elokim. So, but the only context, or the only area where you can bring that about, it's Pesach Lamoid. It has to be brought in the Mishkan, it has to be brought in the Beis Hamikdash. You take that animal, which was meant to be the person, to reinstate the person, and you destroy it, you slaughter it, rather than doing it as prescribed by the Torah, Dam Yichoshev, Tushovich Damodom. It's only because it's the equivalent of forfeiting a person's life when you kill that animal rather than utilizing it as it's meant to be. When you consecrate it, for instance, a chatos, the only one who could consecrate a chatos is only the one who sinned. A third party can't consecrate a chatos. If you're not liable for a chatos or an osham, any of the offerings which are atonement offerings, unless you're obligated in that particular offering, you can't consecrate it. You're not able to. So there's even more so the connection between the person and the animal. But even something which comes as a voluntary korban, or korban nedova, an ola, shlobim, whatever it may be, doesn't make a difference. There is an aspect there is an element of kapora, as the Gemara tells us, "Ein kapora el bedam." When you sprinkle the blood, still it atones on many levels. Although that's not the essence of the korban, therefore, if you take that animal, you slaughter outside the Beis Hamikdash or the Mishkan, it has this severe level of liability.